So what the heck am I wearing? I am wearing a Windows Tukwila t-shirt. What's Windows Tukwila, you ask? Yeah, it's NT 3.99, which you may not recall because, of course, it was never actually released. So what I thought I would do is kind of ramble about that and a few other topics while we accumulate through Glenn, the awesome moderator. Hello, Glenn. Some topics for us to actually answer. Windows NT 3.99. There was kind of a bifurcation of the NT camp into Cairo and let's do incremental work. So we're the people who wanted to do Cairo, and there was a grand vision for Cairo with object-oriented file systems that ran as a database and so on and so forth, and a whole new shell that was still in design, and a number of features that were going to solve all the problems. And then there were people like me who like to just add an incremental feature, ship it, add an incremental feature, ship it, and kind of repeat that process. And that's the way I worked. And there's a lot of people that work that way as well. The problem was Cairo was such a big leap that it didn't seem like we were ever going to get there. And no matter how much progress we made, it seemed equally far away. And I think what Tukwila was, even though it wasn't a real thing, it was just a t-shirt and kind of an internal campaign. It was pushback on the idea of Cairo being too far, too much, too bold, too far away. Tukwila, which is a small town near Seattle, as opposed to Cairo being over in Egypt, is much closer. And that's the slogan. We can get there from here. So that explains the t-shirt or golf shirt, whatever the heck it is. So I actually liked it, but I always thought it was a bit of a middle finger to the Cairo guys. So when we had the 25th year reunion, I was pretty hesitant and I didn't wear it, even though I kind of really wanted to because it's rather unique. They only gave out a few of them to a couple of people. I thought it'd be cool, but discretion is the better part of valor. So I thought, no, I won't wear it. And I walk in the front door and who's standing there? Dave Cutler, and he's wearing his Tukwila shirt. So he was a little bolder than me, or I overthought it or he underthought it, one of the two. So let me flip over here to my other screen so that I can check and see what Glenn has accumulated here for messages. Did I know Gordon Letwin? I did not know Gordon Letwin, the architect of OS2, although the guy that hired me was interviewed by Gordon Letwin as his as appropriate. I just figured that out a couple days ago. Small Gordon Letwin story. When I moved to a building called Red West, which was kind of one of the newest buildings, and so therefore it was a little cheaper. Each building got a little more, I guess we should say economical, as they learned how to build buildings more economically. And where I had, actual nameplate on my door at the old building, I just had paper that went in an acrylic housing. And so you could put whatever you wanted on there. And I put Gordon Letwin, and I used that as my name tag on my door because I wanted to see how many people would get it. And I figured he actually was still on the payroll and worked at Microsoft, but did not have an office. And I figured that'd be nice. He could share with me. Nobody knew who Gordon Letwin was. So I thought that was kind of weird. And it wasn't late 90s, actually. It was early 2000s. But even by then, most of the developers, wandered around the hallways and come in my office. They would look at the door. They'd know the name was wrong, but they didn't know who Gordon was. So I found that kind of interesting.